The death of Joseph. All was going well until Joseph was seriously injured by a fall from a hoist. Joseph had been at work in Sepphoris, the capital of Galilee, which was about 7 kilometers north of Nazareth, at the residence of the Roman governor. The messenger from Sepphoris had walked into the workshop and informed Jesus of his father's accident. Together, they went into the house to communicate the sad news to Mary. Jesus wanted to go to his father immediately, but Mary decided that she would go, while Jesus had to stay home to look after the younger children. However, Joseph died of his injuries before Mary reached him. They brought him to Nazareth, and the next day he was laid to rest with his ancestors. From that day forward, a shadow of sadness lay over Mary, and the children, too, were inconsolable. Joseph had been a dear husband and a good father, and his loss left a mark on the lives of all members of the family. It all seemed even more tragic when they remembered that he had died without being able to speak with him or hear his farewell blessing. Joseph's sudden death disrupted domestic affairs, and all plans for Jesus and his future education fell apart. The carpenter's apprentice was barely 14 years old, and he began to realize that not only did he have to fulfill his heavenly Father's commission to reveal his divine nature on earth, but he now had to take on the responsibility of caring for his mother and younger siblings. From that day forward, Jesus became the support and the anchor of the family. This forced him to take on the heavy responsibilities of being the head of a human family, to become a father to his own siblings, and to support and protect his mother. Mary was also 2 months pregnant. It was a heavy burden for the still growing young one, but he faced it soberly and accepted reality as it presented itself to him. Even the young Jesus could not foresee all of his new tasks, but he took on the responsibility left by his father Joseph. Jesus accepted all responsibilities which so suddenly fell on his shoulders, and he bore them faithfully to the end. One major problem was tragically resolved, however. He was now no longer expected to go to Jerusalem to study with the rabbis. It always remained true that Jesus sat at no one's feet. He was always willing to learn from anyone, even the simplest little child. But never did he draw from human sources his authority to teach truth. Joseph had done much work on the government building before his fateful accident, and this labor had not yet been paid. A considerable sum of money was involved, yet the officials in Sepphoris were only willing to pay a paltry sum. 2 of Joseph's brothers, therefore, filed a lawsuit at the court of the Tetrarch, Herod Antipas. Jesus appeared before him on the day of judgment, and to his great dismay, he heard Herod decide that his father had nothing to claim at the time of his death. Because of this unjust decision, he never trusted Herod Antipas again. Not surprisingly, he once alluded to Herod as that fox.